Intro music.
On it.
A star for the ages for Tony Gwynn, number 3,000.
And the ball game is over. The series is over. Welcome to Slam Diego.
My name is Joey,
My name is James.
and this is the Brothers Padre.
And in this very special episode, we're finally back after 12 days. Joey's shaking his head at me.
It's very special. I was like, oh no, did I just miss the agenda? What's so special about this day?
Well, we're back after a short hiatus. It wasn't my fault at all why we took 12 days off.
No.
No, not at all. But lots have happened in this last 12 games. The Padres acquired a new catcher, Gary Sanchez,
Yes.
who has been dropped by his previous two teams for not being good. Came to San Diego and all of a sudden is good. We have a brand new superstar catcher in the minor league system, destroying Lake Elsinore right now. And like all entertainment franchises, we had a Groundhog episode recently where we had a 10-game stretch where we would win by 7 runs and lose by 1. Win by 6 runs, lose by 1. We would score 10 runs and not score anything. It was the most frustrating 10 games I've ever witnessed because, oh yes, the Padres offense is here. We're shut out by who? But we finally snapped that.
Yep.
The last 4 games, we won 3 in a row, and we lost the final one in Denver in a heartbreaking fashion.
Yep. I don't know. The past 12 games have been. They've been encouraging, but I don't feel great about them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, I expect them to go on a tear, and they're just never going on a tear. They're just like our past Chem games is 6-4. That's fine, but I really
If we
want.
were the A's,
Pardon me.
6-4 if we were the A's.
True.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Where we are sitting at Joey's house, I can look straight out the window at his neighbor's little boy bouncing on a trampoline, and he just bounced on his head. He seems to be fine now.
That's a special skill.
That's a special skill. He landed full force on his head. Sorry for the distraction. Back to the show.
He's fine.
It was
He's
so
fine. He's bouncing again. He's fine.
okay. Very distracting to see the kid land on his head all of a sudden.
Yeah, this stretch has shown me Gary Sanchez has been awesome. Like I feel like Padres never pick up a guy and he's like actually that great out of the gate.
Yeah.
I have no idea if he's going to be half as good the rest of the season.
But he's already produced more offense in 7 games than Austin Nola has produced in a season and a half.
Yeah. So you gotta take the W's where you can, and the pitching's been great. I think that it's this offense is still like. We'll talk about the Rocky series in a second, but like the Rocky series and the series before it, there was still this part of me. It's like, especially the ping pong game where we lost one. It's like we still haven't figured out situational hitting. Like,
Yeah.
we're still going 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position. You know, pretty commonly, we still have the worst batting average with runners in scoring position in baseball. We're no longer on pace to be the worst of all time, which I guess is improvement.
That's, you know what? That is improvement. We'll take improvements where we can get them.
You know, as long as we're not associated with the Cincinnati Spiders of the 1870s, you know.
Wow.
You never want to be on that list. Oh, it goes to 2023 San Diego Padres and the 1897 Akron bridegroomsmen. You never want to be associated with people from the 19th century. Because it just means... Because I don't know if folks are not aware, baseball in the 19th century was insane. People would just pitch all the time. You could also request where the pitch was located. You could be like, I want a high pitch or a low pitch, and you would get it. So to say the stats are goofy is an understatement.
Depending on the league, you could request a shot.
My bad.
Yeah.
Only half goofy.
Because the best pitchers didn't do that. Like my favorite player of the old time, Pud Galvin.
Yeah.
He was fantastic. He wouldn't take any requests. He would throw the ball where he wanted to, and you'd strike out and like it.
So I'm happy that we're no longer on pace to be old timey baseball bad. So you gotta take your W's where you can.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know. It's been fun to see Gary Sanchez, and I was just hoping that this stretch of games I'd feel better about the season. I just don't know if I do.
I feel better in the last 5 games than I have because even though we lost 2 of them, our offense was battling back. It did, like we had... It feels like a lot like when we were really good last year. Machado was carrying our team, and it feels like 2019 when we were really good in 2019. Machado and Tatis were carrying the team, and they get on they hit a single, and they're gonna hustle it to a double.
Yep.
Soto did that during the Rockies series, and it feels like there's like for the first time all season, it feels like our offense is gelling.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I have to make me feel better about this season. I have to see before the All-Star break this level of play plus a crazy heater stretch of games.
The next 10 games are going to be very critical because we're going to play 3 games against the Guardians, 3 games against the Rays, and that's all at home, and then 4 games on the road against the Giants. If we're 7-3 in that 10 games, it's going to be a good time. If we have a winning record, like if we're 6-4, be all right, but it's not going to. 7-3 is what we should be shooting for.
Right.
There's no excuse for us not to be able to beat the Giants. The Guardians, even though they have a better record than us, play in the worst division in baseball, and all of their competition has been against the other worst team in baseball.
Right.
If we could take 2 out of 3 from the Rays, I think this is going to be our toughest possible preview for the playoffs because the Rays are playing at the next level.
Yeah. I don't know about the Rays series, I'll be honest. And the Rays also got cooked by the Athletics. You know, it's just baseball's a funny sport.
Baseball's a fickle sport.
I
Sorry,
think
he just bounced on his head again. Is that kid?
he's fine.
I'm sorry, this is very distracting.
He's fine.
He's like purposely jumping on his head.
Yeah. You wouldn't. He's highly skilled. Highly skilled.
I mean, I just see CT scans, and that kid's gonna have concussion protocol before he even plays sports.
He's fine.
Sorry, folks. Just I'm gonna turn a little this way. You can see my chair roll. I'm not even gonna look out the window anymore. Joey's neighbor's kid is really freaking me out.
It's fine.
He's literally bouncing up, flipping over, and landing on his head.
Yeah.
Well,
he's just more skilled than you. It's just a jealousy thing, I think, more than anything else.
that this is why girls live longer than boys.
Yeah, it's true.
Because he's 10 years old and has already given himself a concussion. Sorry, folks. Sorry for the delay. What were we talking about?
The Rays and this 10. I agree with your assessment on the 10-game series. I totally agree. 7-3 is what you should aim for, and the Rays series is gonna be the big one because, I mean, the Rays are just. I mean, I predicted it. That they're gonna win the East. You laughed. I was laughed at. To and fro.
I did laugh at you. I did mock you because you say that every year. But this year they've tied everything together.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a wild series, but I think you cannot not beat the Guardians at home. Mostly because I'm going to one of those games, and I need to see more than one win this year.
You only seen one win this year?
James, this is like a well-trodden topic on this podcast.
I know, but I know. Oh, okay. So you're going to Wednesday's game.
Yeah. Let's hope they don't lose by 7 runs this time.
You're going to Sunday's game.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't know if I'll go to Sunday's game. Might be pretty chaotic. Lots of little kids everywhere. So maybe.
It's Father's Day?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you don't want to use the tickets, I don't know anybody that might want to go. I don't know.
I'll see if someone's around. And I need to see them play well at home. I think that's another thing. My big thing for the rest of the season is they need to go on a heater, and they just need to play well at home because they're just not playing well at home. They're just not, and it's super frustrating to watch. And that's how you don't win. You don't go to the playoffs because you're bad at home.
Yeah.
You just don't.
And I legitimately think if we can make it to the playoffs, our starting pitching depth is probably the best in baseball.
It can get you far. It will get you far.
What we've seen from Blake Snell, Michael Wacha, Yu Darvish, and the last 4 starts of Snell on Sunday was brilliant.
Yeah, he was.
He made 7 innings, struck out 12, no walks. He got to 83 pitches. He did not pitch the 8th because the 7th inning, a Rocky hit a line drive off his ankle and it swelled up a bit. He's fine. They did an x-ray, but that's why they took him out. And I think if they would have kept him in, we would have won that game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can never. Coors Field is a cursed place.
It is a cursed place.
It's a mixture of like an Indian burial ground with like a witch trial on top of it, with like black cats everywhere. It's not a great place.
It's cursed. It's definitely cursed. There has been at least one witch's coven that has done sacrifices on that ground.
It's the worst place in the world. I couldn't watch Saturday's game at near the end. I just can't watch. It was Padres won 3-2, and I'm gonna shout out Bob Melvin on that game in a second. But like, close games in Coors are unwatchable to me because they're so chaotic. And you'll find that like it'll be the 9th inning, or even not close game. It'll be 6-0, and all of a sudden like they have 8 pop up infield hits. Like, what's going on? But on Saturday's game against the Rockies, we're jumping all over the place. But I did want to call this out that you mentioned Blake Snell being pulled on the Sunday's game. And a lot of Twitter people came out and were like, Bob Melvin's not competing. Bob Melvin doesn't want to win this game. And it's like, you know what? We know now because Snell was, hurt. But we can't just like badmouth Bob Melvin when the day before him and Niebla executed the perfect bullpen game.
They did indeed.
The perfect bullpen game.
In Colorado.
Right. You can't have it both ways. Like you can't be the uncompetitive guy and then a guy who literally stole a 3-2 bullpen game in Colorado where they only get 2 runs. Like, incredible. And also, we might not be having this discussion about lose on Sunday if Luis Garcia covers the bag at first.
I know. Luis
Garcia allowed the grounder to Jake Cronenworth and just stands on the mound for like a second. Like, oh, I should run over there. You're like, yeah, you should. That's your whole job. And doesn't. Guy gets on first and gives up a tying 2-run shot. And that's the difference in the ballgame. And also, like, it's just a cursed place. So
all of a sudden it started pouring down rain. There was an hour and 40-minute delay in between the 9th inning.
Yeah. So it is what it is. But we won a series in Coors, and you cannot be mad about that. So.
No.
Yeah. I just need to see James. The season, I would rank the vibe of me in the season is like better than it was earlier. But
I agree.
I'm still like, I'm still kind of exhausted watching the games. I just want to see. I just don't know. I guess I would say my vibe is I don't know if I can predict how the Padres respond to every game. It seems we're still like in a chaotic state. I don't really know what, like when we're down by a few runs, I don't know how we're going to respond. Most of the time we don't respond. So that's kind of, I don't know. My vibe against the season is kind of weird. You know, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. What are your thoughts about the season?
Up until this point, yes, it's been very, very, very weird because, the thing is, we started off the season. Darvish was hurt. Musgrove was hurt. They're both back now, pitching like they used to be. Manny got hurt. Xander is the only reason why we have as many wins as we do, because his first 30 games he was awesome. Then he got hurt and dealt with an injury for 2 weeks. The inconsistency of Soto has been really frustrating. Mm-hmm. It just, like I said, this last stretch of 4 or 5 games, I've really seen the offense click a little bit better. They're getting not all the situational hits, but they're getting some. Soto's been hitting better. Bogarts has been hitting. Cronenworth's been hitting. Machado and Tatis has been hitting. And let's face it, Ha-Seong Kim has been capping consistency all year. Yep. You can't rest your shoulders on him, but you also know he isn't a dead at bat like when he first came up to the big leagues.
Yep.
He's the best defensive player in all of baseball right now. 16 defensive runs saved. The next closest has 10.
Yep. You listen, man. You'll never not see me sing Ha-Seong Kim praises. He is. I think people don't understand. Non-Padres fans have no idea how much Padres fans love Ha-Seong Kim. He's beloved. I mean, just I don't know. I love something about the way he plays the game. He's an incredible defender. His affable attitude. He's just such a fan favorite. And when he steps up to bat and everyone's chants Ha-Seong Kim, it's like, of course, how can you not love it?
He really is. Yeah, he's a fan favorite.
Speaking of fan favorites, this is a segue into my next topic. Want to know what my next topic is?
What is your next topic?
Who are going to be the Padres All-Stars?
I legitimately think Ha-Seong Kim should represent us. The guy has been playing very well. The league knows his defense capability, but you can make. Here's the thing about this year. This might be the weirdest season of baseball I have ever been privy to.
It's really weird.
If you look at the All-Star ballot and they give the stats, no one's hitting well.
Yeah. Unless your name is Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge, no one's hitting well. Yeah.
And there's just it's such a weird season offensively for a lot of people. Xander Bogaerts, he's not hitting very well, but he's the second best offensive shortstop in the National League.
Yeah.
It's really crazy. But I think by the end of this month, we should have. Unfortunately, then the voting should be over. It's just very weird. This whole season has been offensively weird. I think legitimately, Tatis could be there. Bogarts, Kim, and Michael Wacha, who won the Pitcher of the Month last month, struggled at the beginning of the season, is Mr. Lights Out now. Yu Darvish could make it. Those are pitchers. I mean, Josh Hader could make it out of the bullpen.
Yeah, I think Tatis gets it because he has so many home runs and he plays right field. And I think it's just like him and Mookie and Acuna, right, are the three people that be the outfield.
Yeah,
I think you'll probably get that. I think name recognition is too powerful. But yeah, I don't know anyone else. It's just weird because I just don't have this is our all-star. And this is the guy. I think Soto does. Soto legitimately is having a good year, a very good year. It's just the consistency of it is what's maddening. I think Soto gets in. I don't know if he gets in via fan favorite. I think he gets in because everyone in baseball knows he's like a freak. So you know, he'll for sure get selected in. And in pitching wise, I don't know. I think, I mean, I don't know. It's one of those weird things where, like, if we're just going saves, then Josh Hader probably is going to get in. But I don't know if he's even the best. Yeah, I think if I had to choose now, I'd say it's Soto, Tatis, and probably Waka is what I would say. Represent us in Seattle. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that.
No.
But again, I legitimately think if the manager has to fill out because the manager's picks, even like Ha-Seong Kim might get the player's pick.
Yeah.
Like
Cronenworth did. Cronenworth, yeah.
Ha-Seong Kim is phenomenal defensively. He is ranked one of the best defensive shortstops, third basemen, and second baseman.
Yep.
He deserves, and he's hitting 255. I think he deserves to get in.
I like that. I would love to see Ha-Seong Kim as an all-star. That'd be awesome. It'd be amazing. I'd be game with that, actually. But we'll see. Well, James, anything else to chat about?
Well, I just looked out the window.
Is he alive?
The little boys aren't jumping anymore. Either their mom called them in for lunch or they're dead. There hasn't been an ambulance coming down the road, so I'm guessing lunch.
Well, with that cliffhanger, until next time, James. Go Padres.
Go Padres.
And there it is! Oh, doctor! You can hang a star on that, baby!